Di, did you guys talk about that article you said you tweeted the other day that I sent you? The one about you guys talk about that last week?
What was about? What is it about again?
The WrestleNomics article about how there is no mainstream wrestling anymore.
No, yeah, but you know what? That goes back to that Variety article. All those guys are connected. The WrestleNomics and the Variety article people, stuff. They were all like, that's all the data driven, like, you know, stuff and everything, all that. But they reiterated, like, and there was hope. I had it in my notes. Okay, for when Jericho was going to be on next, I was going to read from that thing to talk about the guy, like, saying literally during the musical segment on the guy got the minute by minutes from it and said people were turning it off as it was going on.
I like the musical, but that's.
I knew you would. Of course you do, because you like it. You know.
Yeah, but I don't like my heel in a musical segment. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. My two.
How are you supposed to hate him, Kevin? Okay. Is it
seriously right? You like
No, but is this something new that I should know about? Like maybe the new fan base is like, all right, I don't care if I don't care, you know, if he's entertaining and he's a heel at the same time, you know, as long as he's entertaining. But how are you supposed to dislike him?
No,
how are you supposed to root against him? Or there is no good and bad anymore?
For me to say I liked it, I'm coming from a totally different place. I'm coming from. I'm always entertained by something different on a wrestling show, and I thought that a musical.
So am I, but not your not two heels. But go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when I say I liked it, that's all I'm talking about. I think
that's almost like, remember back in the day when the Merry Melody guys from Looney Tunes broke kayfabe, and remember how they would all come out together, like, you know, Donald Duck was like with Roadrunner, and I thought you guys did get along. You know, like they had like Roadrunner next to Wile E. Coyote and you know,
look, I think that Jericho's role. I mean, Jericho has always played in AEW. As much as he's been the heel, he's always kind of played up that comedy a little bit, and he's always kind of still been a fan favorite, even as a heel. MJF was the one that was the pure heel and never did anything redeeming, or, you know, yes, we chuckle at him or laugh at him because he was a dick, but. Yeah, look, I don't deny the argument that if you're going to try to appeal to, you know, your regular wrestling fan base, that, look, I saw plenty of people complaining about it. My question, though, is, and I mean, Disco, I guess, maybe answer the question. I don't know that people that watch AEW were turned off by that segment or cared by that segment, because I do think that the modern wrestling fan watches it from a different perspective. Now, I'm not saying that wrestling wouldn't work better or be more popular or more successful if we went back to heels are heels and faces are faces. That's not the argument I'm making here. But I think that the AEW audience would have been forgiving of that segment and just they watched the show.
Yeah, but the AEW audience is completely irrelevant to even pander to, because they could have two grown men on that show take a poop in the middle of the ring. And the fans would be able to say, "Hey, that's, you know, that was cool." Like, bro, that fan base will watch the show every single week, regardless if it stinks or if it's good, if it's whatever. But you do not have to do anything for that fan base. They're trying to get outside the fan base, but they're actually only doing things to try to get new fans that only these fans would like. Which shows that, like, their mindset is like they only know how to draw fans like this. Right, and I'm like saying they need to learn how to draw other fans, and they're not doing it like in so many areas. Like, just a perfect example. Like, I mean, we'll talk about with our roundtable people later, but like, bro, you got like two super hot girls coming out for a match, and they don't even know how to do a ring entrance. That shows like that they're showing any, like, you know, like sex appeal or anything. They're just like, you know, it's just they walk out, they come out, and the next thing you know, they have a match, and the Dark Order comes out, and they go back, and there's like literally nothing. There's no superstar type, like anything there with charisma or anything to draw people like outside this bubble, you know. And it's like, and you see them doing it on NXT. They're teaching them how to be expressive and flamboyant. Like every time these NXT people come out for a ring entrance, they jack it up, they give them good music, give them thing, and they come out and they present themselves like stars with no like they're not scared of anything, you know. And these are like their developmental crew, you know. When these NXT people come out, it's like they're not even teaching them like how to like do like ring entrances and stuff. Like the show just looks like very like amateurish. But the thing is, from that show, bell to bell, that's what they sell. Tony Khan tweets watch AEW tonight. We've got great matches in story against them. They think that their show is great matches. That's fine. But like, we have data that shows that literally the amount of people watching wrestling right now, that many people have stopped watching wrestling because they don't like the matches.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, and like we're ignoring that basic metric right there and everything, and we're just still feeding them this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're making so many mistakes, and like, we know because like, bro, like Conan and I have stopped watching wrestling over the years. There was a period of time I just wouldn't watch it. And like somebody I hear about it, I start watching again. And when the stuff is good, I watch stuff that's high, that gets better ratings. And when it would get bad, I would stop watching it. And then I'd hear stuff was going, the ratings go, and I would be watching stuff was good, right? So we know what causes people to stop watching because we're part of that group. And I just don't think there's a lot of people like all of this AEW fans with the dirt sheet guys and everything. Bro, they watch wrestling every single week, whether it's good or bad, and they think they have the answers to get outside the bubble and draw new fans, but they have no clue because they've never stopped watching it because it's been bad enough. Like guys like us, and it's like, and you just see them feeding that other audience instead of trying to grab this audience. It's like they just makes like basic mistakes and things that are simple. Dude, you got two attractive girls in your show that are coming out for a second. It's like, act like it. It's like you like minimally like they marginalize like all their like attractive girls on that show. And just I don't know. I don't understand what the philosophy is there.
Yeah. No. Look. I mean, I think there's definitely booking for your audience and then booking to grow your audience, and those are two very different.
They're not
things.
booking to grow the audience at all, and that's very clear. And like even NXT is doing the same thing. They're booking to teach the guys how to be main roster guys. And it's just like. And everybody's watching Wednesday night. We're talking about the ratings war and stuff I'm like, you don't even know what you're watching here. It's like you're watching a show that's just feeding its basic audience, and another show is teaching people how to be professional wrestlers.
Well,
and it's very entertaining to watch and analyze.
Do you like how most of your segment was Disco talking?
Yeah.
Completely different than
Joe left.
Yeah, Joe got tired of hearing DI. I think his cat's filling in for him right now. Anyway,